Got the feeling for butts this morning and went and picked them out the public ashtray at the gas station. Got plenty of them too. And I got some rolling papers right here. Yesterday, 2 for 99. After I bought me a pack of $5 menthol cigarettes at the smoke shop called Crowns. So there was 480 plus tax, so it came out to 5 something, about 515, 5 something like that. But I got these papers to roll the butts in that I got out the ashtray, those short butts. I was just sitting up here thinking, nah, I'm usually stable, but when it comes to a man and wanting a man, I get a little unstable. Some days I want a man, some days I don't. And it's not for sex reasons. I want a man for compassion and companionship, for uplifting and I get uplifted through the scripture and through prayer. So I mean rephrase that through just learning, just to have another venture in life. And I don't want a man that's gonna listen to another woman when it comes to Mawai. That's one thing I don't want, because another one would defamate your character. Another woman. I already know that based on my walk. You gotta know your walk. If you think women are for you, so be it. That's a blessing on your behalf. I know they're not for me. Some of them are, but then I know my experience. And people tend to believe ignorance because they want to. They like gossip and nonsense because they say, well, she couldn't be that picture perfect. I'm not picture perfect because there's only one perfect soul, and that's Jesus Christ, that walked the earth in flesh. But I don't like when people defamate my character because it's irritable. No one likes that. I'm not into gossip. I like to chill with my children. If I'm going to gossip, it's going to be about something with my children and my family that we see on outsiders, like on the news, anything that everybody gossip about, people that's on front. But to have people in my everyday life to listen to some nonsense, to some ignorant woman, you have to analyze that. What is this woman about? What is her IQ level? What is her status? What type of, is she a hood rat? Is she negative? And then you analyze me. And then you said, that's not true. You gotta learn to judge for yourself, as Shady said. I use a lot of his credit, give him credit because he makes a lot of sense in this song. I like judge for yourself, and somebody told me to deliver this message. And it feels so good when you love somebody and somebody loves you back. That's what I'm looking for in a companionship. I'm not looking for, but that's what I would prefer if it was to come down to that again. Because most relationships that I've been in, as far as true relationships, I don't go looking for them. I don't get search them. It just happened, and that's the kind I like. Or maybe I should try a different technique, analyze and put down. But they're not going to be honest, so I don't want to try that technique. I don't like that technique, and maybe that's stubborn of me set in my ways. But I don't think you should go looking for love or try to get hooked up like that or blind dates. I just want it to happen. But if it don't, it ain't meant to be. I'll live long in prosperity and happy. Flat out. I got my kids. Hey, you're all I need to get by. Most of all, I got myself. And I'm all I need to get by. And God and His Son, the Son of Man, Jesus the Jew, Jesus Christ. I have Him. So, until the second coming, I don't worry about that. Because I got Him to get by. And those that don't know, that don't go to church or naive to that statement, the second coming, ask your preacher. I don't feel like breaking it down. I don't know the thorough, in depth way of explaining it to you. But it's when he comes back and it's like, he always chose the Jew to spread the word, chosen one, to let him know he's coming back. That's what it means, the second coming. He's been here, but there's going to be a second coming, and he's going to come. But I just want to release that. And I do these videos because I don't like the nonsense on TV is ignorance. And I'm being honest. It's something I don't like ignorance. And if it's not entertaining, I'm not going to watch it. So I entertain myself when I get bored, want to watch something. If it's not a good documentary or History Channel or TMC, Z, or not TMZ, but TMC, the movie channel, old movie channels, then like AMC, then I'll just throw on a video that I've done and it lifts me up because I'm a very positive person overall. I'm human, but I'm positive. I have a temper. I have temper. I'm a work in progress with that. But I just look at myself and entertain myself and my children, my grannies, because the other children don't like to be on film. So, video. So, that's why I'm doing this. And I do this for my entertainment. And if you can get something out of it, so be it. If not, so be it too. I live for my why, not for anyone else. I live for me. Because I am. When the boy's out, you're all you got. Besides your family or those that love you. You still have to be independent and to a certain degree as far as thinking and uplifting yourselves. And I don't believe that a man, if you're not happy already, a certain person can't make you happy. A man can't make me happy. And if you're a man, I don't believe a woman can make you happy. You gotta be already sufficient and secure within yourself and know something to even bring to the table. And it takes more than just wealth. It takes that too, money. But it takes self-sufficiency. But it takes that word in every sense of the matter. Every segment of it. Financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And emotionally, I mean temper control, anger management, uh, spiritually being. For me, I want a believer. It won't work any other way, and I've learned that through experience. I don't want a companion that's an atheist. And I'm not knocking atheists. I don't know what the reason they're atheists, and they may not always be atheists. And if they do, who am I to judge that? So that's up to God to judge. Because it says the righteous may not always all get in the kingdom of heaven. There's not all necessarily right. God, what you may, he judge. In other words, it's up to God to judge. Only God can judge. So, but I don't want a companion. I don't believe. I'm not judging. That's not my preference. Everybody had a preference. Some prefer to date outside the race. Some prefer they don't have a preference. If they love the person, they love them. They have no barriers. Me, I don't. I haven't seen everybody in my race. I have been all around the world, but so far, where I've been, I know what's good to me and what's not, or what's compatible with me and what's not. And then that's tricky too because I don't consider what impregnated me companionship. Those are just people who impregnated me, and that's just how it is. That's life. I was in a rough neighborhood, and they did some rough things. I don't want a monster. I want a man that's gonna man up. I don't want nobody that's going to sympathize. Empathize, yeah. Compassion. I prefer compassion because God gives me empathy. I don't like sympathy. Oh, that's so sad. I don't like that. I'm not a pity party type of woman. I've had my years where I was mourning because it was my first birth, and everywhere I look, oh, where's her father? Half of them even had their kids didn't have their father. I know for a fact, even my family, or the ones that did have a father wouldn't wear true love shoes. So I got myself out that situation where I was ganged up on with all that sadness and moved on. And now I'm clear headed and happy. And I'm going to keep it that way. So it's going to get better. It gets better with time. For me, it does. That's my philosophy. And I'm planning on living a long time with a happy attitude and have my health insurance and not just be dead weight. I want to live a fulfilled life, a joyful life, a meaningful life. All life should be meaningful. All life is meaningful. To each his own. I stand up for myself. I fight for myself. Don't have to be physical. It can be another way of going about it. So, if that means isolate yourself or cut people off that's not for you to bring you down, then that's what I do. I'm not here to feed nobody's insecurities. I'm not here to be a pushover. That's one thing I'm not. Although I talk about God and Jesus and Christ, I'm not a religious fanatic. I'm biblical, and there's all type of people in the Bible. That's why I say I'm biblical. I come straight out the Holy Bible, and I go straight out the Holy Bible because that's what's for me, and I've learned that in 52 years. It uplifts me, and I'm biblical. And that statement doesn't mean, oh, you go to church and this and that. No. First thing I get religious. I didn't say religious. That's a religious act. Every Sunday to attend church, that's religious. I'm biblical. So, it's a difference between the two. I think everyone is biblical because it's all people in the Bible that it speaks on. All types of people. It speaks on atheists. It speaks on non-believers. It speaks on believers. It speaks on whoremongers. It speaks on married couples. It speaks on harlots. It speaks on parents that provoke their children. Parents that deserve respect and to honored. It speaks on all of that. Blasphemy. So it's all type of everyone is in the Bible. So I'm biblical. That's what I want everyone to know. I'm biblical. So I get offended when it's an old religion try to make it seem like, oh yeah, I don't go to church. I'm biblical. That's kind of ignorant. And there's nothing wrong with being ignorant to something that you're not aware of. So still some things that I'm not aware of. I'm not an ignorant individual, but some things that you're not. That's what the word ignorant means, that you don't know. If I don't know about it, then I'm ignorant to it. I educate myself. If I want to learn something about, oh, God will put it in my face when I pray and make me aware, and I'm no longer ignorant to it. I become aware and knowledgeable. And I think the best way for me being crazy about the Bible and Jesus and God, and I mean that in a positive manner, figure of speech, is to read the Bible and become knowledgeable and less ignorant to a lot of things. There's even a little math in the Bible. Talents, that's money. That's referred to. Money is in the Bible, that word, talents, and it's another word they refer to it as. And I forget, I can't think of it. But there's a lot of things you can learn in the Bible, and that's free. They have them in Mr. Downs right here in Battle Creek. A Spanish version and an American version, English version. They have them everywhere. They give out free pocket Bibles, the New Testament. They give out, you can order it online. The Bible is precious to me, and I love it and respect it because it's truth. The truth will help you. And the longer you live and the more experience you have, you can relate and interpret scripture from what it is, the truth. You don't have to manipulate it, or and then if you're not at that point and it says something that you're doing and say you shouldn't do, then you're a work in progress. No one's perfect, and He understands that. That's why I love the Bible and I love the Lord, because He's unconditional. And when you're all alone, you're never alone because you have Him, and remember that. And I just feel good about that. But anyway, well, that's my word for today. So I'm going to try to lay down, relax, take a shower, take Leah up to her school, take Rashida and Leland and Leah up to Leah's school, Endeavors Academy, get a packet, and then lay down some more, then get ready for work. My first job, that's full time. Then my second job is part time. But that's how the story goes for today and every day. And I'm happy and I'm loving life and living life and enjoying life and appreciating life. Appreciating the air I breathe. Because this air I'm sitting in, someone else sat in this air. Right here in this house. It's the same air years ago, centuries ago in BC. Air doesn't change. Air is air. So the air you breathe, the air you speak, it goes a long way. And words are powerful. and you can always repent, and you know your intentions. And when you put it out there, it goes a long way and it comes back too. So, I'm just analyzing air. That's amazing how air is. This air outside, this air in Detroit, this air in Battle Creek, but the air is different in different environments. For me, it is because this air here, I love in this apartment. But I'm going to get a rental own house, so I'm going to have a different air. And wherever I go and pray, the Lord's going to lead me there. It's the right, decent air. And I respect that. It can be like the house on wood, it got wicked afterward. The doors got squeaky, like the Addams family. And every late at night, we hear spirit in there. And one time I seen something, a whole aura, a silhouette that lit up light like a ghost. And it was in there. And I went straight in the room with Lizelle. She yelled. I would go get off. She could cuss me out, whatever. As long as she didn't hit me. I lay right there on that floor until she went to sleep. And it went away. And Leland would cry late at night at a certain time. It was wake him up and scare him. I said, scaring Leland. It's not for him, whatever it is. It's scaring. I don't know, maybe they do that when you see them go to scares baby sometimes. And sometimes it doesn't. They'll laugh and play with it. But I got out of the house, thank God. But I have God with me because I got out in one piece unharmed. That's some Amityville horror shit stuff. So, I like this air in this apartment. I got rid of the atheist that was living with me and threw away all his clothes because I didn't want no part of it. That's part of getting rid of the aura. So, I started to pay it back and I thought about it. Why should I? If it was big enough to do that act, inhumane act, you don't deserve them back. And I may not pay it back, and it wasn't worth $100 with some hand-me-downs. That's what it looked like to me. It wasn't brand new. Go to the thrift store and replace it. So I offered and asked. She said, "Where are the clothes? You should have them." I thought about it. I don't have to replace them. I could if I wanted to, out the goodness of my heart. But I'm not obligated to. Because when you make a decision, a choice, you have to suffer the consequences. Whether it's good or bad choice. It's a good choice, it's a reward. It's a bad choice, consequences. I know that. Leah knows that. And Leah does too. When you do something bad, he might get a spanking. When you do something good, what do you do? Oh, yeah, man, that's good. Yeah, Leah and Danny girl, mama girl, teacher girl. So we all know that. We all born with a sense of right and wrong, and then you can be guided. And if you in a household where they don't care about that, eventually, if you want your way out, you pray and he'll work it out. I've done that as a small fry. I should pray to understand the King James Bible because I was totally lost. I was around 14. I couldn't understand how to read it. I don't understand this in that version. Thee, thou, ye, yo, and some of the words they use, shoe. And I said, now, I'm laughing. You didn't tell me I didn't understand that because I got more and more in depth, and there was a walk, and there was a progress, a work in progress, and I prayed and got more intense with it. And I went to Bible school and studied, literally, a university, a Christian university, and studied, and I studied at church and with the Bible lessons at church, and I became more able in life itself and the interest and the desire and the prayer and that's the understanding. So God is good. And that's all I want to say. Peace.